All right, in the next few minutes, we're going to tackle a skill that is seriously changing how we all work: how to talk to AI. We're going to go from total beginner to pro, and we'll focus on the tools you're probably already using every single day: Google Workspace. Let's dive in.
You know that feeling, right? You're just staring at a blinking cursor on a blank page. Or maybe you're drowning in a sea of data and you have no idea where to even start. Well, what if you had an assistant who could give you that first little push? That's not science fiction anymore. That's the reality of AI in our work today. It's really less about complicated tech and more about having a genuinely helpful partner by your side.
And inside Google Workspace, that new partner has a name: Gemini. Seriously, think of it as your brand new AI teammate, living right inside the apps you already know and use. Now, the main idea here is help, not hype. This isn't about downloading some other app or learning a whole new complex system from scratch. Nope. It's about upgrading the tools you already live in every day: your docs, your Gmail, your Sheets. The power is woven directly into the way you already work.
So what does this new teammate actually do? Well, it helps you write that pitch-perfect email. It can totally break you out of a brainstorming rut, and it can instantly summarize that 50-page report you just don't have time to read. It's all about taking that daily grind and making it smarter. And honestly, it's a massive productivity boost.
So how do you unlock all this incredible power? It's not magic, I promise. It really all comes down to how you ask. It's about mastering the art of the prompt.
Okay, let's just bust a myth right now. You do not need to be a prompt engineer. Forget all that intimidating jargon. The secret to getting amazing results from AI is actually super simple. It's just about having a clear conversation. The bottom line is, if you can ask a coworker for help, you've already got all the skills you need to talk to Gemini.
And to help us have that clear conversation, there's a really simple framework. I like to think of it as your prompting power formula.
It all boils down to 4 simple parts. First up, give it a persona. Who should the AI act like? A marketer? A project manager? Next, give it a task, and be sure to use a clear action verb. Draft this, summarize that, create something. Now, here's the most important part: context. This is where you feed it the background, the documents, the details it needs to really shine. And finally, tell it the format. Do you want bullet points, a table, a formal email? Look at how this makes it so crystal clear. The persona: you are a program manager. The task: draft an executive summary email. The context: based on these specific program docs. And the format: limit it to bullet points. See? There's no guesswork here. You're setting the AI up for success from the very beginning.
Okay, so that's the theory. Now let's see how this whole formula works in the real world, with a real-world task.
So what's the task? Planning a 3-day team offsite. I think we've all been there. It's a ton of work, and you're usually starting from a totally blank page.
So here's our first prompt. It sets the persona, an executive administrator. The task: plan the offsite, and gives it that crucial context. It's for a new marketing team in DC. And just like that, you get a structured, thoughtful agenda. I mean, this isn't just a starting point. This is a solid first draft that probably just saved you hours of work.
But listen, here is the single most important tip I can give you. Don't stop after the first prompt. This thing isn't a vending machine. The real power, the real magic, comes from the follow-up. It's a conversation.
Just like you would with a human teammate, you refine your request. So the next prompt builds on the first one, and it asks for something way more specific. Suggest 3 different icebreaker activities. You're just adding a little more detail, narrowing in, and making the conversation richer.
And for the final touch, you just clean it all up with a simple format request: organize this in a table. And there it is. Gemini understands the entire conversation we just had and puts everything into a clean, neat table. Just think about that for a second. In 3 simple steps, you went from a blank page to a polished professional plan. That's incredible.
Okay, so now that we've seen the formula in action, let's just wrap up with a few quick-fire tips to really help you master this whole conversational approach.
All right, here are 6 quick takeaways. 1. Use natural language. Just talk to it like a person. 2. Be specific and iterate. We just saw how powerful that is. 3. Keep it concise, but don't forget the key details. 4. Make it a conversation, not just a one-off command. 5. Use your own documents with the @ symbol to give it real, meaningful context. And finally, number 6, let Gemini suggest prompts for you sometimes. And this right here is probably the most important thing to remember. AI is an unbelievably powerful co-pilot, but you are always the pilot. The final output is yours. You have to review it, you refine it, and at the end of the day, you own it. So, there you have it. You've got the formula, you've seen it in action, and you've got the tips to get started right now. Now, the only question left is, what's the very first thing you're going to ask your new AI teammate?